some of the new XT cylinders here that come in a while ago. I just haven't got around to having a good old look at them and good video of them. What I quite like about these is the price. They are super cheap, and these would be around £6 to £7. And you may have seen these. You can often see these on some of the Chinese websites as well. The machining on the outside has got these little grooves, which supposedly, they call them anti-heat ones, and it's supposed to dissipate the heat a little bit better from the piston. Whether it really makes any difference or not, I don't know really. A few people asked to get these in, so I've always had a small supply of these. But recently they started doing all different sizes with vents at certain points along. So I thought it'd just be good to get a few of these in and just have a look at them. When you get these, you may see it's sometimes a little bit sharp on the outside where they do the machining, and they maybe don't sort of do the edges that well or smooth them down. But generally, you're not going to kill yourself. It's not really going to make any difference. Size wise, the normal cylinders tend to be around 23.7 mil, and this is where a lot of people get problems with things like the O-ring for the piston head, and they're not getting a great seal, or if the O-ring gets a bit small, or maybe this is too large. And it does vary from different brands. You can go from anywhere from 23.6 all the way up to 24 mil. Remember, this is the internal diameter. So let's have a quick look at this. And this sits pretty well. It's like 23.75, like that, and that actually gives a pretty good seal on something like this is an E&C cylinder head, and you've got a really good. So you just want a little. This is without any silicone oil or lube on here, so you can get some nice firm fit. That's exactly what you're looking for. A nice firm fit in there. And that tends to be about average of what you will expect. This one here, I think it's this one. Yeah, that's the XT one. So again, it's a really good fit. It's a really great cylinder head. Definitely worth checking out if you're on a budget. And this one here, this is the SHS one, and the SHS always tended. I think what they do, they just use a slightly thicker. We're talking 0.5 mil O-ring on some of their cylinder heads, and this one's a little bit tougher to get in, and it will go in. There you go. So just a little bit more of an effort, and bang, it's in like that. So again, you get this will give you the maximum seal, but then sometimes that isn't always best. If you get a seal like that, that's just exact. That'll do. That's exactly what you want. It's exactly what you want. You don't want it too hard that you're sort of really struggling to push in. These all come with 4 vents. And generally, I always check them before I send them out. I'll check out for any sort of real burrs on there. You can take a bit of fine sandpaper, real sort of fine sandpaper, and just rub them down a little bit. But generally, you won't really notice anything. It's always good to check. Always good to do a little check and just to see how it is, make sure there's nothing that's going to catch, because you remember that piston head O-ring is going to be moving backwards and forwards on there, so it's going to be going like that, so you're going to get a little bit of wear and tear. Remember, the O-ring is being pushed out as well by the air, so it's going to push against here. So always something you want to check out. But if you're on a budget, and if you haven't got much dosh and you want to get something really cheap, they use something called plasma polishing as well. I'm not entirely too sure. I guess they use heat or something to polish the inside, but they are all pretty smooth. It's exactly what you want. The oil on here, you get some oil on here, and it tends to stay in place as well, which is fine. So so if you're on a budget and you ain't got much cash to spend, then it's worth checking out these. And they come, got all sorts of vents. I'll probably get the whole range in, probably get as many as I can, and so just to give you an idea of what you can use them with, what length in a barrel. So check them out. I won't have all these in for stock for long, but as long as they're there, grab one.